Key changes in India's higher education system for quality universities and colleges. A new and forward-looking vision for India's higher education system. NEP-2020. Reference National Education Policy, 2020. Presented by Mr. Raif Ranjan, the principal, teacher trainer and counselor. Ms. Jalak wants to know about proposed key changes in India's higher education system that is redefined, restructured and redesigned in National Education Policy, 2020. Mr. Raif Ranjan wants to develop better understanding of NEP, 2020. Mr. Ranjan will explain the proposed key changes in India's higher education system and purpose of NEP, 2020 to Ms. Jalak. The National Education Policy, 2020 envisions a complete overhaul and re-energizing of the higher education system to overcome these challenges and thereby deliver high-quality higher education with equity and inclusion. First, we discuss the challenges of higher education system in India that have been discussed in NEP, 2020. A severely fragmented higher educational ecosystem. B. Less emphasis on the development of cognitive skills and learning outcomes. C. A rigid separation of disciplines, with early specialization and streaming of students into narrow areas of study. D. Limited access particularly in socio-economically disadvantaged areas, with few HEIs that teach in local languages. E. Limited teacher and institutional autonomy. F. Inadequate mechanisms for merit-based career management and progression of faculty and institutional leaders. G. Lesser emphasis on research at most universities and colleges, and lack of competitive peer-reviewed research funding across disciplines. H. Suboptimal governance and leadership of HEIs. I. An ineffective regulatory system. And J. Large affiliating universities resulting in low standards of undergraduate education. The National Education Policy 2020 vision includes the following key changes to the current system to a complete overhaul and re-energizing of the higher education system to overcome these challenges. A. Moving towards a higher educational system consisting of large, multidisciplinary universities and colleges, with at least one in or near every district, and with more HEIs across India that offer medium of instruction or programs in local or Indian languages. B. Moving towards a more multidisciplinary undergraduate education. C. Moving towards faculty and institutional autonomy. D. Revamping curriculum, pedagogy, assessment, and student support for enhanced student experiences. E. Reaffirming the integrity of faculty and institutional leadership positions through merit appointments and career progression based on teaching, research, and service. F. Establishment of a national research foundation to fund outstanding peer-reviewed research and to actively seed research in universities and colleges. G. Governance of HEIs by high-qualified independent boards having academic and administrative autonomy. H. Light but tight regulation by a single regulator for higher education. I. Increased access, equity, and inclusion through a range of measures, including greater opportunities for outstanding public education. Scholarships by private, philanthropic universities for disadvantaged and underprivileged students. Online education and open distance learning (ODL), and all infrastructure and learning materials accessible and available to learners with disabilities.
Thank you, Raif Ranjan sir, for discussing challenges and suggested key changes for complete overhauling and re-energizing of the higher education system in India for quality universities and colleges.
Thank you so much, Jalak. You can read more in NEP 2020 or visit MHRD websites. You can visit my website www.raifranjan.com, www.raifranjan.net for more videos, articles and PowerPoint presentation. Reference for this video: National Education Policy, 2020.